I drank all this Huel to find out if it's ultra-processed rubbish or a useful tool for your diet. Here's what I found out. Presentation. Overall, I think the bottle looks pretty smart, being white with black Helvetica font. And also it tells you the flavour at the top with a nice graphic to represent what the flavour looks like. I think it's quite eye-catching. Smell. Most of the smell is the sweetener used within Huel. Perhaps I can also smell the oats within it. Other than that, there's not much to say. Taste. Much like the smell, it tastes mostly of the sweetener. However, there is an underlying taste that I can't identify, and I'll call it a Huel-y taste. As you can see, the texture looks smooth. It's not too thin, and it's not too thick. It feels just right. So all in all, I'd rate Huel's texture as very good. The greatest thing about Huel is its convenience. It's a bottle filled with vitamins and minerals for only 400 calories, doesn't need to be refrigerated, it goes nicely in your backpack or bag, and you can take it with you into work and drink it while you're there. That way you never have to leave the desk. As someone who treats their health as a top priority, the nutritional aspects of Huel are not to be scoffed at. Having a convenient bottle with all the vitamins and minerals that you need in a day is very useful. And I've been drinking it most days in a row and I still look like this, so it can't be that bad. What about Huel's price and portion size? Well, a bottle of Huel comes in at about £3.50 and 400 calories. How does it compare to the similarly priced products on the shelves? A typical meal deal comes with a sandwich, a drink and a snack. Altogether, this came to £3.40 and clocks in at around 700 calories for the lot. So in terms of a deal, you're getting much more for your money with the typical meal deal. However, we can't ignore the fact that a Huel has all the vitamins and minerals that you need, and I think it's safe to say that these items don't. Fortunately, many shops are allowing you to swap the sandwich for a Huel. Shops that offer these meal deals often jack up the meal deal price to £5, but it does mean that you can still get the benefits of having a snack and a drink along with your Huel. So would I recommend Huel as an option for your lunch? The portion size feels about right. The 400 calories in that bottle seems to fill me up for about 2 hours. Oftentimes, I'll get the Huel on its own, coming in at just £3.50. Sometimes it's just not convenient to pull out a sandwich, a drink, and a snack in your workplace. And while these items do fill me up for a little while, I end up being hungry again later. So I often just settle for the Huel. Availability. Sometimes finding Huel can be a little bit confusing. Sometimes I walk into a Tesco and they don't have any Huel. And then other times I walk into a smaller Tesco and they do have Huel. The same goes for Sainsbury's. My local Sainsbury's near my work stores berry Huel, which I've got many of them behind me. But then I go to a larger Sainsbury's and there's no berry Huel in sight and they've only got vanilla, chocolate and maybe iced mocha. So the range of Huels that you can find really do vary depending on shop to shop, and I'm not really sure why, which can make it annoying if you want to find one particular flavour. So what of the flavours? What are they like? Well, there's quite a few to pick from, more than I'm showing here, but I do find most of them can be quite sickly. The only one that I truly find that I could drink on a regular basis is the berry one. I find that the vanilla is quite overpowering. Chocolate, I'm just not a big fan of chocolate that much, so that one gets a bit sickly. And all the other ones, the sweeteners just come through very intensely. But the berry one is the only one that I can drink on a consistent basis. What about the negatives? Well, if you're really hungry and you end up downing the whole bottle of Huel, it can give you quite a bad stomachache. One time that this happened to me very badly was I was extremely hungry at work and I downed a whole bottle of Huel, and what came over me was very strange. I came over in a very cold sweat and I felt very lightheaded, and it didn't go away for about an hour. Now since then I've been drinking my Huels a lot more slowly, and when I don't down it, I don't get a stomachache, and I haven't had that cold sweat since. But that has made me a bit wary about it and question if it's really that good for you. But from the background of having it for so long, I do believe that it is good for you. And I think downing it and suddenly having 400 calories of liquid in your stomach can be a shock if you're really hungry. So overall, I think that Huel Ready to Drink is a fantastic product. It's a very convenient way to get all the nutrients and minerals that you need in your day in a little bottle. And the fact that I can just sling it in my bag, put it in my pocket, take it anywhere with me, it doesn't really need to be refrigerated, it lasts for a long time. I just think it's a great product to have, especially when you're planning to go on a big job somewhere or go traveling. Having one of these can be a lifesaver when you don't want to carry lots of food, and you can just pull out one of these, get your quick calories in, and you don't feel terrible after. The only downsides I really have with it are the flavours. The ready to drink version is very sweet, especially when you're comparing it to the powder, which is not very sweet at all. And I don't like the sweetness of a lot of them, except, like I said, the berry one. It's the only one that I can stand to drink long term, which is why I've got so many bottles of berry Huel. So there's one more thing left for me to do. I've been holding on to all my Huel bottles since I thought about this project, and it's time to get rid of them. Bear in mind, each one of these costs £3.50, and they're all going. And that's it. That's the end of the project.